kind of starting this off. I already have a little bit of it begun, and the shape of the head's still a elliptical shape, but on its side, so it's almost in a football shape. Still have a center line coming down, and a center line coming across, kind of so you can see the underside of it in the way the head is tilted, showing a little bit of the perspective. And once that's created, you can kind of see there's the circle for the nose. The eyes are the same elliptical shape, only this time they're at an angle, opposing angle on either side of it. And there's kind of like a widow's peak right up at the top that you can help illustrate just the face as it's coming through all the different fur texture. And then these elliptical shapes for the eyes actually put like a bag under the eye, so you can kind of see that. The pupil, again, just kind of solid, but you can illustrate it to give it more life to it in a drawing. And the nose, kind of a triangular shape based off of that section. And the nostrils are, one's larger, well, they're off center a little bit, just to give a little bit of the characteristics of the particular Bumbles character. So you can kind of see this face peeking through there. And then the mouth, trying to, again, think of it on this elliptical shape. Still have the center line down to the lower lip, so it's just a bigger smile when you think of it. Cutting across there, so you can kind of enhance it. You don't really see the structure because of all the fur, but we can kind of set it up just in the beginning. And there's a center line kind of exposing the teeth, so you can put a line that represents the base of the teeth and kind of sketch the points in there. And the big canine teeth wrapping around there, like so. And then the bottom, you see this kind of a lip with the gum exposed. So it's just a series of elliptical shapes building that up. And then again, you can give this a line, almost like a height line for all the teeth coming in there. That'll be kind of dark under the side of it. The rest of it, as far as the hair and the the beard and the mustache, that type of thing, you just kind of have to look overall in the overall shape of it. Kind of like he's wearing a hoodie inside here. So here's all the initial structure for it. The hair up here. So rather than just put the hair, try to find the part, like if you had a part down the center of his head, and just look for this shape, kind of like a curved arch there, just to give you something to work from, to build all the hairy parts in there. And then for the body, just have him behind some of these ice mountains here, so when you take a look at a picture that has a little bit more of the body shown, a couple of these are not from the section, so you're just kind of giving this look to it, and just kind of giving it a large enough shape for the torso, and the arms coming out, so it looks like he's wearing a big winter coat. And again, when you take a look at the close-up of the hands, in this case you can see part of them, have to piece it together. Still that circle, and kind of think of it with those three fingers coming across. He's got claws on either one. This one's on the other side. Here's the three fingers built in, the thumb coming around. And they're a little bit different. They're a little bit accentuated, bony like that. And then just have a little bit of this snow-capped mountains here. Okay, and then once you get that, you kind of have it laid out, then it's just the linear part, and then trying to heavy it up so you can see the lines, and maybe even start with the shading as you're doing it, so as you're heaving up these object lines, it'll start to build it up a little bit better. And here again with the pupil, giving it a little highlight just to give it more life to it. Same with the nostrils. And again, once you get it, you can see it's shaded on one side because of the depth, creating this. And up here, so again, this gives a little bit of the tone as you go. So that with the hair, you're trying to draw it in as you go with the form. It'll help shade it as well as define what's happening to the character, so you can kind of do two things at the same time. So here's all the hair pieces there. And then kind of getting into the mouth. So there's really no clear straight line because of all the texture from that piece, but you can emphasize this and go a little bit on the outside of your initial drawing so you can let that line actually work as a shadow. And again, here's the gum line going like a dark to a light, and then dark again to show that lower lip. And here's the it's just a matter of the darker the depth shows the distance between the teeth as well as the mouth. And now you can take a look at the upper lip, which happens to have all the hair as well. And then again, try to shade it so you can see the overall shape first, and then do the hair after. So here we'll come and do the hand. Just kind of got this part coming around. Kind of come down here to the other hand. So a good time where all the practice came in, putting the hands together. So there it is. Here's a base tone. Just kind of blend it right up. And again, just going to shade the rest of them. Kind of see as a center down his torso. Just holding the pencil on the side just to help me shade it a little easier. And it also sharpens my pencil. Makes it easier that way. And then coming back up here. So you can kind of see he's taking shape. Scraggly looking. And again, once you get it to this point, you can put in a little bit of the shadow, just keeping accent lines right there. and you can use the smear. This is just a stump. Just kind of show that a little bit. Softens up the edges. And you just take an eraser at the same time. You can erase some of the highlights back in. Use an eraser just like the end of the pencil there. Because you want a texture to work from. The kneaded eraser. You can actually take the eraser and just lay it right over the top. Erase some pieces in there. Here, just go a little darker. Taking a look at the hand, you have the outline, just find that base tone.